Okay, so here we have a very interesting article from RT, and of course I'm going to speak in a little bit of code here. So this P word I am going to replace with the situation, because I do not want to get this video demonetized, but I do want to bring this information to you because it's actually quite ominous. Run for the hills. Pentagon sends teams into mountain bunkers as the situation preparations go into full swing. The US Northern Command has sent teams of essential staff deep underground to wait out the CV situation. On the surface, more than 1 million grunts won't be quite as cocooned. Air Force General Terence O'Shaughnessy heads up the US Northern Command as well as the North American Aerospace Defense Command, a joint US-Canadian operation that monitors the skies over North America for missile and airborne threats. Earlier this week, O'Shaughnessy told reporters via Facebook that some of his watch teams will be moved from their usual command center at Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado to a number of hardened underground bunkers. One of these facilities is the Cheyenne Mountain Bunker Complex, a warren of tunnels buried under 2,000 feet, 610 meters of granite, and sealed behind blast doors designed to withstand a 30 megaton nuclear explosion. And so this is not unlike the mural at the Boston airport of people being forced underground by guys in grey suits with gas masks. I don't know if you remember that when it came out about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Our dedicated professionals of the NORAD and NORTHCOM Command and Control Watch have left their homes, said goodbye to their families, and are isolated from everyone to ensure they can stand the watch each and every day to defend our homeland, O'Shaughnessy said. He also said that personnel sent underground will share the bunker with other members of the military, but he is not at liberty to discuss who's moving in there. Another team has been sent to an undisclosed location, O'Shaughnessy added. Installations like Cheyenne Mountain are integral to the US government's plan to survive a doomsday scenario. In the event of an existential threat to the US, a nuclear attack for instance, the President and his officials, as well as a contingent of political, military and civilian leaders, would be immediately evacuated to 4 secure facilities to run the country from deep underground. These facilities are Cheyenne Mountain, the Presidential Emergency Operations Center under the White House, Raven Rock Mountain Complex in Pennsylvania, and Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center in Pennsylvania. Isn't that interesting? Mount Weather was in the 100. I don't know if you remember that series on Netflix, but yes, they were inside of Mount Weather Emergency Operations. While the ongoing CV crisis has not triggered a mass exodus from Washington, it has prompted military leaders to take steps to ensure they remain combat ready after admitting that the US military's readiness could be affected by the situation. The Defense Secretary Mark Esper stated on Thursday that the Pentagon would stop publishing precise details of CV cases within its ranks to avoid revealing weaknesses to America's adversaries. As some of O'Shaughnessy's forces head to the hills to wait out the situation in hermetic isolation, millions more on the surface will not have the same luxury. Army engineers have already been deployed to New York to scout locations for field hospitals. The Empire State accounts for more than a third of the country's 112,000 cases of the illness. With the crisis deepening, the US military appears to be adopting an all-hands-on-deck approach, both on the ground and under. Though the US military is forbidden from carrying out law enforcement duties on American soil, President Trump signed an executive order on Friday authorizing the call-up of up to 1 million reserve and retired Army, Navy, Air Force and Coastal Guard personnel. Well, isn't that interesting? These reservists could be called upon to assist civilian authorities in responding to the situation, as nearly 10,000 National Guard troops already deployed have been doing. On Saturday, Esper announced a modified law that will provide federal funding for states looking to deploy more of these troops. On top of this, 2 hospital ships have been sent to assist with treating patients in New York and Los Angeles. And any of you who've been following Q will understand the potential relevance of the National Guard troops and the reservists being called upon to assist civilian authorities during the situation. and because I'm following all of these different storylines, and fascinating it is too. It is of course very scary, because we really don't know what's going to happen here, and many of us really, well, we're just along for the ride. Regardless, but at least let's try and get some truth out there, and let's try and connect the dots, follow the breadcrumbs, and be ahead of the curve just a little bit, so that you can protect you and yours. Anyway, I think it is quite disturbing that these bunkers have been opened up and unsealed and put into regular use. So we will have to see, my friends. You stay safe, and in the meantime, this is Hound Dog Steve signing off. Take care now. Bye.